Is Honey Lemon Soda worth watching? Let's see what this anime is all about. What is with her eyes? Oh my. Him too? Honey Lemon Soda is a shoujo romance anime between two high school students with liver disease, apparently. There's really not much to this show beyond an extremely insecure girl falling in love with a rough around the edges cool guy who tries to help her gain confidence. It's really not a bad premise, but I'm just gonna let you know here, this show is kinda terrible. For the most part, it's pretty boring with a plot that consists of the main girl getting picked on and embarrassed about everything, and the main guy rescuing her and telling her to get over herself. I know it's a slice of life school romance, but nothing really happens, and everything that does try to push the plot feels very contrived. Otherwise, it randomly gets really unhinged. There's like a threat of possible kidnapping, and then basically an attempted murder that no one has much of a reaction to. I don't want to spoil it, but episode 2 is by far the most entertaining part of the show, although probably not for the reason it was intended. Of course, you shouldn't be going into this expecting the best plot, but it's the characters and character interactions that really make this show miserable. I don't hate the idea of the character dynamics. I was bought in at the beginning. The main guy wants to help the insecure girl, but does it in a rough way that can come off as mean. It quickly lost me, however, when he'll randomly say a super cringe line that is contrary to his entire character, before going back to his usual self, which now seems like an edgy weirdo act. Sometimes for romance shows like this, the love interest is more of a fantasy than an actual character, and Honey Lemon Soda kinda gives off that vibe. But he's so inconsistent, I don't even know what the fantasy is. Sometimes he acts really caring, sometimes he's really aggressive, sometimes he's really cold, and sometimes he's mean. I don't understand what triggers any of these reactions. It feels totally random. Needless to say, he and the main girl have negative chemistry. This made me realize I not only don't care about the characters, I don't even know anything about them. There's a few simple reasons given for the main girl's personality, but beyond that, I know nothing. Every episode wastes so much time. But the worst part of the show that causes the majority of every other problem is the editing. I rarely find this to be a problem for animation. I guess it would technically be the storyboarding. But it is just awful. Everything feels like it's a half beat off. It's disjointed and every interaction feels extremely awkward. Characters also have the habit of teleporting to wherever they need to go, and I have no sense of time in this story. If you told me the first 3 episodes took place over the course of a week or 6 months, I would probably believe you either way. Finally, because there probably is some audience for this, I will explain what the show is trying to do with the main girl. She doubts herself a lot, overthinks things, and has zero confidence. But she realizes this and desperately wants to change. She always felt like an outcast at school and only got attention from other kids picking on her, so when she meets peers at her new school that are friendly to her, she doesn't know how to react. My problem with this is that she makes her new friends without any effort, and they're all super attentive and interested in her for no reason. It feels like a child's fantasy. It's like, what if I ran away because I was shy and bumped into bullies who always picked on me, but then I get rescued by my cool friends who appear out of nowhere? Like, it's great she wants to gain more confidence, but she has an entire gang that is attentive to every move she makes. She doesn't have to do anything, because everyone else only thinks about making her feel special, I guess. Maybe you'll enjoy this, but there are better alternatives like A Sign of Affection, which has a lot of similar aspects, but everything is done better. Overall, this is not my kind of show, but I don't think it is particularly good regardless. It's slow, bland, and extremely awkward. If it keeps up its unhinged goofiness, I could find myself enjoying it for that, but for the most part, it acts sincere while also being extremely unrealistic. I cannot recommend watching this unless you are really desperate for a wholesome shoujo romance. My rating is that this is a B-tier show and it's a 3, and I'm not going to explain what that rating means yet. If you want something that is the complete opposite of Honey Lemon Soda, check out this review of Fate Zero here on the end screen. It doesn't get much different than that. Or if you're looking for a romance shoujo, click on this other review of A Sign of Affection. Thanks for watching, Jamyo.